police offers more specialty programs than any other forces in the South, including road, dive, SWAT, canine, bike, office work, and more. As a Fort Seattle police officer, you'll enjoy a great day of benefits, including retirement medical benefits. Interested? Apply now at fortseattle.org/careers.
content creator, you should use motion arrays, templates, motion graphics, presets, plugins, music, effects. Of course you don't have to.
For customers, for services, electronic banking, sophisticated marketing. To stay on top of this job, I've got to move the right information to the right people. Get it there fast.
Better.
When I've got the right information to help people here do their jobs better, then I know I'm doing my job.
Welcome to California Business on the Move. Welcome to the Pacific Bell Network of Services. We are here to help make your business better.
Want to build a super day? Let's start with the one great taste that makes a super bowl of cereal. Kellogg's Corn Flakes.
Just think of crispy golden flakes.
Delicious, crunchy flakes of corn.
So pure and simple,
Big drink.
can't wait.
Low in sugar, loaded with vitamins and iron.
So good for you, don't hesitate.
For a super bowl of our most nutritious corn flakes.
Coca-Cola.
And I like it too.
What do you think about this new,
I don't like it.
why not?
It's too sweet.
What do you think about Coke changing its formula?
I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Why?
I like to drink the Coke because of the strength of like when it's fresh, it has a lot of power, a lot of fizz to it. Now it's just kind of weak, like it's been open and it's been sit out. That's what it tastes like to me.
Well, I've tried it, but like I said, it's been mixed with Jack Daniels, and I can't tell any difference there, so.
You just bought Coke. Could you tell us why?
Because I like the new taste.
Versus the old?
Yes.
What's the difference between new and old Coke?
The new Coke is a little sweeter, and the old Coke was not as sweet, and I like the taste better than the old.
Forgive them, Father, for they don't know what they're doing.
76. Yeah, it's full right forward already. So, okay, oh yeah, right, so that's the back there.
Flight passengers are flying aboard Transport. Thank you so much for today. Make sure you listen to the product and next week. Flight attendants, get the cabin prepared for takeoff.
أهلا بكم على متن طائرة السعودية. من أجل سلامتكم وراحتكم تقتضي قوانين الهيئة العامة للطيران المدني التقيد بالإشارات المضاءة والإعلانات الملصقة وتوجيهات الملاحين والانتباه لعرض تعليمات السلامة التالية. يرجى التأكد من وضع الأمتعة اليدوية في الأدراج العلوية أو تحت المقعد الذي أمامكم، مع اتخاذ الحيطة والحذر عند فتح الأدراج تفادياً لسقوط الأمتعة. يمنع وضع الحقائب عند مخارج الطوارئ أو في الممرات. لسلامتكم يمنع استخدام أجهزة الهاتف الجوال والأجهزة ذات التحكم عن بعد. قبل استخدام أي أجهزة إلكترونية أخرى يرجى إبلاغ أحد ملاحي المقصورة. يجب أن تكون أحزمة المقاعد مربوطة الآن. لربط الحزام أدخل النهايتين المعدنيتين في بعضهما وشد الحزام. لفك الحزام ارفع اللسان المعدني ثم افصل النهايتين عن بعضهما. في حال انخفاض الضغط داخل المقصورة سوف تسقط أقنعة الأكسجين أمامكم تلقائياً. سارع بتناول أقرب قناع إليك وشده إلى الأسفل ثم ثبته على الأنف والفم. ضع قناعك أولاً ومن ثم يمكنك مساعدة الآخرين في وضع أقنعتهم. أبقي القناع إلى أن يبلغك ملاحو المقصورة بنزعه. في حال الهبوط الاضطراري يرجى اتخاذ وضعية الانحناء إلى الأمام. توجد مخارج للطوارئ على جانبي الطائرة. الرجاء تحديد أقرب المخارج إليك الآن. إذا كان إخلاء الطائرة ضرورياً ستضاء الممرات بأنوار ترشدك إلى المخارج. قبل مغادرة الطائرة يجب خلع الأحذية، ترك جميع الأغراض الشخصية، التوجه إلى أقرب المخارج ثم استخدام الزلاقة. توجد
Ladies and gentlemen aboard Trump Force One, I do apologize. I was just informed the wrong video, the wrong safety video was played. I do apologize. We will be taking off without our safety briefing here. We will just bank. We'll just totally bank on not crashing. Thank you so much. We'll be taking off here shortly. How you doing, folks? Happy Friday, happy Nick Street. We're about to get going here. This is your captain speaking. Flying out of JFK International on our way to Texas on an emergency flight here. How's everybody doing? Hope your Friday's going well. Got some clouds ahead. We got special cargo on board. We're taking the president straight to his base of operations. The real president. How y'all doing? We got a nice flight ahead, some nice in-flight entertainment. We got news. And of course, we have all of you on board today on Trump Force One. It should be a nice, luxurious flight, even everybody who does not have a first-class ticket. I do appreciate everybody who's with us today. About to get started here once we get up there. Appreciate it. Kick back and relax. You're flying. Make sure this is Captain Speak with the Yankee Baby. beautiful right now. We'll be getting up to our cruising altitude of 45,000 feet, folks. Should be a nice show, like I said. How you doing, Steve, Dick, Nixon, Nada, Flat Savage, Hate, Mr. Mad, Walt Disney, Teresa? How you been, Teresa? We're flying to Texas. What's up, Maina? Delighted to be here. Obvious Glow, CS Element, Karen Williams, King of Waco Mundo, MPK. Everybody, kick back and relax. You know we're doing this Friday style. Yes, folks, yes, we're flying beautiful here. What can I say? Flying out of KJFK International in New York on our way to an Army field, Army base. Don't worry, civilians, you'll be taken care of. We'll be flying straight to Robert Gray Army Airfield, north of Austin, a little bit there, where our VIP will be taking a helicopter ride where he's needed. But we'll be flying on our way to that airfield, and then we'll get you to your connecting flights and all that. Don't worry, we got it all figured out. Especially for our first class seats and anyone else flying in pure luxury, otherwise known as our Ballers Lounge. And you know I have to thank Renesio for that coffee, so that he could sit in that very same Ballers Lounge. I do believe the flight attendants have just finished cleaning it. And that's, yes, I can confirm the Ballers Lounge is now open, so please, Renesio, sit down in your seat. Enjoy the Ballers Lounge. And ball out, my friend. And that's everybody, I think. Appreciate that. How y'all doing? How's your Friday going? What's up, Canadian David? How you been? Right on. Let me say hello to the folks here. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your captain, the American Anchor Baby. And what can I say? I mean, we got a bit of a show ahead here. Obviously, the Texas stuff. The Texas fiasco. The Texas Civil War. No, come on. Let's turn down all this noise, huh? Well, happy Juneteenth. What's up? What a mess. What's up, artist formerly known as Tyrone? Lord Spike Pro Team Tar Baby Yoda. Happy Friday. What's up? Air Marshal Bibby 42. Air Marshal Hake. Thank you. Appreciate your duty. See Sal. Hey, how you doing? And everybody. Yeah, what kind? How's your Friday? How's your Friday? Da da da. What are we doing here? We're flying to Texas, and I do want to get into some of that stuff. What are you guys up to? Fair enough. What's up, RV Life? with DJ Darren. What's up, Bobby Blanco? Welcome. What's wrong with Rumble? Oh yeah, Rumble is it working though? Yes, we are streaming on rumble.com/American Anchor Baby. Big old salute to you too, Canadian David. Right on. Air Marshal David. And I'm streaming it everywhere. Just hashing out some stuff. Okay. El Paso, on a sort of nearby. We're going to this military airfield. That's where we're off to. Robert Gray Army Airfield. You know, serious things right now. Gotta go to Texas. Hey, what's up, Carver? Yeah, you know, we gotta figure it out with everything. We did we got everybody on board early. But welcome, Carver. How you doing? Nice of you to wake up from cryogenic stasis. All of our regulars enjoy cryogenic stasis on the planes, so they could wake up late on the plane already in the air. And you can buy me a coffee. Thank you for that, Hake. Buymeacoffee.com/Anchor Baby. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. And so we're flying beautifully, you know. I almost forgot. We gotta check the cockpit here. Flying fantastically here, and I gotta say we're almost to our cruising altitude, 45,000 feet. Just laughing all the way up there. So we will be having service come down the cabins shortly. Flight attendants will be coming down to take your orders, any drinkies and snackies you'd like, as well as you can stretch your legs. Seatbelt signs will be off. You will be able to call in 760-515-3855. What's up, Hillary? Canadalo? Flat Sabbath? Welcome, welcome. We're on Trump Force 1, as you know, on our way on a mission to Texas. As you can hear, we're overspeeding, but do not fear. What's a little overspeeding on a A320 Neo? Okay, we can at least go to like. Don't worry. That computer will stop saying that soon. We could go to at least like 400 before you start breaking apart, right? All right, that's enough, computer. You told me. I heard you the first time. There you go. What's up, Pablo? Ked's dead. Welcome. Jit Tech. But yes, Texas. Texas is the destination. 24 hours? Is this true? Is what they're saying true?
Border showdown is brewing in Eagle Pass, Texas right now. A huge hub for illegal border crossings. There is a standoff that is underway between the federal government, which wants the razor wire that Texas put in place there to protect its own state. They say it has to go. And Republican Texas Governor Greg Abbott says he will not. The Biden administration has now given him a deadline of tomorrow to allow Border Patrol access to the area. It's called Shelby Park. Essentially setting
24 hours?
Confrontation potentially between federal agents and the Texas National Guard. A border...
At least according to this little report. 24-hour deadline. You know, it's strange. I can't quite find anything about it. Texas 24-hour deadline. I can't seem to find any news about that, though. Just a little tease there. Just a little tease. We will be getting into a couple of things here. But yeah. 24 hours. Or else what? Or else what? Are we talking Civil War? Obviously not. For real? For real? No fooling? Beautiful. 41,000, almost 40,000. Yeah, 40,000 feet so far. And I can't complain. Everything's just going perfectly right now. Let's not jinx it. Yeah, the 24 hours, huh? The world be tripping. About time, says Flatsider. Are we going to land? What's up, Sugar Pancake Face? Wheels is in India. No way. You talking about Pete Buttigieg? Oh, you're talking about... Is Biden in India or something? But what was I saying? Civil war, they say. There's 24 hours. You think Texas will respond? Can I say no? Then they would really be defying the federal government, huh? But before any of that, we got to check in on our Glizza Biden. Our Enga Biden. How's anybody checked in on our Enga Biden? Enga. I'm stealing that from the Hake Report. Periodic reminder. Let's turn that down. Periodic reminder that searching for Biden plus the N-word on Twitter for 10 minutes will tell you more about what's going on in this country than 10 hours of reading news stories, says this poster on X. Janko jeans? Y'all talking about Janko jeans? Confirmed Miss Meiser. I don't know how to pronounce this person's name, but they posted this. LMAO dude just told me he helps N-words cross the border and they get free EBT cards worth $800. And then they take laps to collect free $800 over and over. Might F around and rent a pickup truck and get in on that. If you're down bad, free game. Biden hooking it up. I mean, let's test this out. N-word. Let's go with the A. Let's go with the G at the end. Let's keep it casual. We'll go with the G at the end. Biden. Enga Biden on Twitter. I mean, I'm doing this just live. All this ish going on in the US of A, and this Enga Joe Biden focused on banning menthols. Is this a black person? It might be. Democrats. Democrats. Have you searched Enga Biden on Twitter lately? Dog, she told... Oh, this is like against Trump. Okay, so one for Trump, one for Biden so far. Bro, why is this Enga casually eating cookout with Joe Biden at his house? Okay, this is just a parody of some stuff. Maybe the Biden administration should focus on the impending civil war instead of some Somali Enga. There you go. Oh wait, that's just Nate Higgers. Isn't that someone we know? Isn't that someone we know? Or is that just a common troll name on the internet? Nate Higgers. Is that the Nate Higgers? Okay, that's a free for all. That's a joker. Okay, that one doesn't count. That and Joe Biden sitting in the White House going, "This is an outrage. We must do something," and then get back to eating trail mix. And I think this Miles Morales D rider may in fact be black and young. Young black people like Miles Morales, right? He's quote tweeting, "It's simple." This whatever Biden tweeted here. Not looking good, Biden. Not looking good. It's not looking good. So yeah, just doing a little check on our neighbor Biden. It's an all-time troll name. Fair enough. That might not be the Nate Higgers. All right, folks, we're pretty much in cruising altitude here, so you can go ahead and stretch your legs. Let's go. Taxi lights off. We don't want that on. We want other planes to see us. Smoking. Oh. We'll just leave that where that is. Seatbelts. Yeah, there you go, folks. You can call in 760-515-3855. We are unmuted, and you can call in. if you want to call into the show as we're flying here. Much appreciated. Thank you, Hake. Air Marshal Hake with the super chat there. First class super chat says, drinkies and snackies, teas, please. Press 1. Well, ladies, wrangle him up, wrangle Hake up, and please, wrangle him up. Force him into the Ballers Lounge, where he belongs, with the bottomless drinkies and snackies. Thank you, sir, for the support and the super chat there. And we're going hard here. Hold on, back to back. And a call. Hold on, I got to do this one at a time. We got Pablo. Wait, hold on. Pablo with a first class super chat. Come on down, sir, and sit in the Ballers Lounge. Says, I heard Texas has 5,000 crossings a day, and Republicans are willing to make a deal for 2,000 to 3,000 instead. That's so ridiculous. I heard about that. So what? Mike Johnson ain't so... Oh, man. Oh, and I lost the caller. Call me back. It's strange with my callers because it's not like the Jesse Lee Peterson show where they could hear the show while they're on hold. So you could call me back, caller. That's 760-515-3855. But, yes. But, yes, what can I say? Just checking on our friends here. Our neighbor Biden. I mean, okay, wait, just a few more. Y'all niggas are so effing stupid, and it makes me absolutely sick. D-riding Biden is the most gutter butt behavior, whatever the heck this person's talking about. This person looks like a light skin. Oh, wait, no. That person doesn't like Biden, I think. I got a caller here. Your caller, your name and where are you calling from?
Call from
What the?
Teresa.
Hey, Teresa.
To accept, press.
What the? Well, we tried. I think that was Teresa. We definitely tried there. 760-515-3855. This Enga Biden just jingle keys in your face. No way you think this is big. Yet y'all want to re-elect Trump. Yeah, Biden getting ratioed, I think, by Black Twitter.
Call from
Teresa. Teresa. Teresa.
Hello.
Hey, Teresa, can you hear us?
Now I can.
What's up, Teresa? How you been?
That was weird. I called like 3 times and it cut
thank
me
you for
off.
that. No problem. Thanks for that.
That's okay. No problem.
What?
So
How
no,
have you
the
been, Teresa? I
24
haven't heard from
hours.
you in a bit.
I know. I've been watching.
Right on.
The 24 hours was up today, so.
Oh, is that what that was? That was yesterday. Oh, whatever.
Yeah, they basically said they had till Friday to take it down or
so no civil
else.
war. No, I'm joking. That was a joke. That was a joke. We don't want a civil war.
I didn't hear what you said. So.
I was saying, oh, no civil war.
Oh no, I think it's a lot of propaganda.
Fair enough. I think so too, a little bit. Well, it's definitely a stunt of sorts. It's got people talking. It's someone's gonna have to respond here, right?
Gotta do
This
something.
requires a
What you gonna do?
response, either from the feds, from Biden, or the Supreme Court, or something here.
Well, it looks like there's 20-something states that are backing Texas up, so maybe that will be a benefit, hopefully.
What's it like right in the ground, on the ground, I guess, right now? Do you see the troops
Ain't
mobilizing?
much going on. No. I see more fakery on TikTok. That's really funny too. Like I'm seeing videos from they're saying that all these farmers are coming down here and there's all these truckers coming down here and they're showing videos and stuff like that. And I'm like, dude, One of them was from like 2021 or 2022 in Canada, and the other ones were whenever Germany did that stuff with all the farmers and stuff like that. I was like, that is not Texas. And like a lot of people are coming out and saying these are all videos and that's BS. And
of course, wow, imagine that.
I just think that they're trying to do stuff like they did with January 6th. You know, oh, everybody come here, and get caught up and stuff like that. No,
it gets clicks. It gets clicks for sure, but yeah, I mean it's just a little bit too early to. There's just no indicator for anything like that. There's no one actually saying, "Oh, we want to secede" or "We want to have a war" or anything. They're just saying they're just interpreting the law differently. But what Abbott is saying that they're doing is lawful. You know what I mean? They're not going to, you see what I'm saying here? The wording they're using, they're saying they're still within their legal rights, so they're not going against anything. So it comes down still to like a legal thing so far.
Right. So I think they're trying to see. I think kind of Texas is trying to see if. I'm not going to say call their bluff or anything like that, but I mean Texas has always been like, come get it. You know what I'm saying? They've always been like, don't mess with us. And now let's see if that's, don't mess with Texas. You know, that's been our big thing, forever. And okay, well, we'll see if they're going to mess with Texas and see if, I really don't think they really want to mess with us.
So you think what? That
because
Biden will give in or whatever?
He'll make either one of two things are going to happen. And I could be totally wrong on both of these things. Either he's just going to give in and be like, okay, because all these other states are joining in and giving up their military to help us out and stuff like that. So I don't know. Either that's going to happen, or he's going to try to say, well, we'll federalize federalize them, and then they have to do what we say.
Oh,
but
gotcha. Yeah, that's true. I heard about that. For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't think that's going to work either. You know what I'm saying? Because that's
if Biden were to federalize it, there really is nothing they could do.
Even if he does federalize it, I don't think most of those people coming down here that are being deputized and stuff like that are going to be like, and so what? Shoot me, MFer.
I heard there's not even enough personnel in Texas to really even protect the border like that. That's why it's really the jurisdiction of the federal government. I mean, that gives more reality to what people have been saying about citizens. I was hearing that going like, why is that even needed? I heard that there's not enough personnel. Not even the National Guard could even protect the Texas border like that. But citizens, that makes more sense now. I don't know how ridiculous that sounds, but a citizen force protecting the border.
Well, I mean,
it almost feels that crazy and desperate. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I mean, if you have governors or people deputizing people, then we'll get it. Do you know how many people want to come down here and they don't want to hurt nobody? They don't want to do nothing like that. We're just be like, we're protecting the land, especially Texas.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like Texas, I mean, that's where all your meat comes from. That's where a lot of your rice comes from. That's where, you know what I'm saying?
And they're on the border. The
so
rest of us
why
depend
you want to
on
mess
them.
with us?
The rest of us depend on Texas too a little bit. They're on the border. They got to protect it.
Right, we really do, and we also have a like Galveston and Houston has where they bring all those ships in. They have the big huge ship channel. They don't want to mess with us.
I don't know. We'll see.
Now the only thing I'm surprised
now the
that
ball's
being
in the feds court. We'll see if whatever they do or Supreme Court or whatever. We'll see if Texas caves or not. Like, I don't know what
I'm
to say.
just surprised I haven't seen anybody jump off a boat here in Galveston.
What do you mean?
In other words, like in Florida and all these other places that have, coastal that are at the water, you've got people jumping off boats and just coming ashore. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for real?
Well, Galveston, that's a huge shoreline. That's a 25-mile shoreline.
That's crazy. That's totally.
But I was like, I'm surprised I haven't seen that
They'll be able
yet.
to claim asylum too. Should you find anybody in the water like that, America basically has to save them and bring them here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about like that happening so much around here. Like migrants getting on these little dinky boats and trying to cross large expanses of water to get to, like, for example, how they do in Europe, they crossing Africa, getting to Italy. That strait or whatever they call it. They get these little boats, these little dinky boats, and they try and get all the way across this channel or this strait, right, to get to Europe, and they don't make it. They don't make it anywhere near, I heard. But they get saved by these big rescue boats, NGOs, and when they get rescued, these big boats, they take them to where they were going. It's the craziest thing.
Oh my goodness. So why do you think that, what is your opinion, or why do you think they're letting all these illegals in? Because they're not immigrants.
Totally. No, there's a couple of interests here. And you see that the interests here lie in the firms and companies and industries that benefit from labor. So that's one thing there. And then there's a whole number of leaders, corporate people, interested firm people that interact with our government. Actually, they interact with our system of governing here in America, and in this interaction, money is exchanged and all that to make promises, lobbying. This is all legal, and then there's like then on top of that is the very dark reality of demographics and how changing that has a market effect in voting and policy, namely that it turns states blue. It's the craziest thing. So
but here's the thing, like, will anything be able to happen in this election?
I think so, yes. It really, if this stuff going on in Texas, for example, is kind of proof that it has to be in what something like you're talking about. Okay, so if I can explain, what I mean is, as you see, they fought for Shelby Park, or they're fighting for the area where they put the buoys, the razor wire. These are all these separate fights that are going to court and all that. Meanwhile, I was reading from a report here on someone, an independent journalist at the border, who was saying that Shelby Park, specifically Shelby Park crossings, they've gone down like a lot, almost like there's almost no one crossing at Shelby Park. So while they're duking it out over there, keeping the feds out, keeping them in, they've just gone to other places where they used to cross, and they just started crossing there again. And so it has to be this all or nothing kind of a effect here. And what's stopping it up is our own government. It's the crazy to keep it brief. You know what I mean? So we require a sort of radical handling of our own political system here, with someone who has the will to do that. Which it's clear it's Trump, the only one who's shown any will to actually want to do something like that.
Right.
So it's got to be in the vote.
I guess we'll find out in a couple of weeks or a week or so.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Because it's a weekend. Nothing really happens on the weekend. If it does,
except killings in Chicago.
Weekend is their ritual time. So,
right.
they got it.
That's funny. Right on, Teresa. Well, it's nice hearing from you again. You know, for real. And
It is.
we're on
I've
our
been
way.
watching. I know.
We're on our way
I've been watching.
We'll be dropping you home or whatever. So, you know.
Well, you got to come by and scoop me up at the little airport here in
that's what we'll do.
Galveston.
You're already
then
there.
you can make you.
We're just scooping you up. For
Yeah,
the
I'm
connecting
waiting.
flights.
Come on, dude.
Right on, Teresa. We'll catch you on the other side. So call me sometime later. Some other time. Appreciate it. Oops, sorry, Teresa. Right on, folks. On our way here to Tejas. Hold on. Right on our way here. Tejas. They said 24 hours. Not sure about that. They're saying there's a news blackout sort of here. At least some are. News blackout, like I just told you earlier too. I showed you that clip, Fox. They were saying 24 hours. I couldn't find a single thing about it though. No news. I'm Googling. I'm trying my best here. But okay. Not sure. I'll even show you. I'm talking to Uncle Google here. Texas, Biden, deadline. Like you would think, those are the keywords you need. Warns it will take action. Maybe it's this. What do I know? We may be having the greatest constitutional crisis in 160 years as 26 states face off against the feds. But there's an effective news blackout outside of X. Why? Confirmation. This is a factional dispute. Number 2. Confirmation. The media is pure propaganda, not news. I mean, I'm not really saying too much about it, to be fair. In agreement with this post a little bit. This should be front page news. Center for the entire country. I mean, it's kind of big, no? It's kind of major, sort of. We'll see. I mean, nothing's gonna happen. Nothing's gonna happen, but it's emblematic of where we are in the country, right? A little bit here. This absolutely confirms the role of the media to distribute approved information that serves the interests of the ruling coalition. Now, I don't disagree. It should be like a national story here. Get people thinking. It's the number one issue in politics right now, according to many metrics here. I can only find MSM stuff when I search American Anchor Baby. Is it a news media blackout? Trump responded though. On Truth Social, will he return to X? Trump calls for all willing state governors to deploy their National Guards. When I was president, we had the most secure border in history. Joe Biden has surrendered our border and is aiding and abetting a massive invasion of millions of illegal migrants. He used the migrants word. Into the United States. Instead of fighting to protect our country from this onslaught, Biden is unbelievably fighting to tie the hands of Governor Abbott and the state of Texas so that the invasion continues unchecked. That is just the most perfect distilling of what's going on. The federal government is literally fighting Texas to keep it open. They're literally fighting Texas to keep the illegals pouring in, something people don't want. In the face of this national security, public safety, and public health catastrophe, Texas has rightly invoked the invasion clause. Must be given full support to repel the invasion. We encourage all willing states to deploy their guards to Texas to prevent the entry of illegals and to remove them back across the border. Yes. Absolutely. All Americans should support the common sense measures by Texas authorities to protect the safety, security, and sovereignty of Texas and of the American people. When I am president on day one, instead of fighting Texas, I will work hand in hand. Right on. and other border states to seal the border and rapidly begin the largest domestic deportation operation in history. Dang. Those Biden has let in should not get comfortable because they will be going home. And they're very documented, as Hake says. They're very documented. Amazing. Tejas. There isn't enough so what? Citizen Guard? Where's the Texas citizen? Is Nick gonna get deported? If it's for the greater good.
Call from.
I do need to go, right?
I got a caller here though. First, your caller, your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, it's Nathan in Illinois.
Nathan, how you been, sir? Nice to hear from you.
Doing well. Yeah, good to call, man. Happy New Year.
For sure. I haven't heard of you since before the New Year.
Yeah, man, it's been busy, and I haven't really been keeping up with the programs too much lately. I'll be getting back into it, but
no problem.
With,
I just assumed
with
you
Fish
were
Tank,
doing your
been
thing.
a little bit of a I've been doing my thing too, as well. Also, man, I just wanted to weigh in on the whole Texas thing, man. It's crazy shit. Stuff's going down. And it's just like one of these moments. It's like you can tell it's going to be like in the history books for sure. Probably for the government abusing power, unless it doesn't go down that way.
Yeah,
you know?
It's uncharted territory, I think, fair to say. What do you think about this?
Yeah.
Is this ignorant of me? And just like not really in reality, just kind of whatever, saying the first thing that comes to my mind. Is this ignorant? I'm seeing this happen now, and they're invoking the invasion clause, and it's like, okay, we disagree with the Supreme Court, and Biden's gonna crack down. What's gonna happen? Is it a civil war? 25 states saying they're with Texas. Does it, like, why now? What this feels almost ignorant of me to say, but it feels like, why now? It's like Trump's about to be president. You know what I mean? Like, not that this.
Yeah.
Maybe out of my ignorance, I'm thinking this would affect his presidency somehow in a negative way. Should this, I don't know, get out of hand?
That's fair, yeah. I mean,
what
like,
do you think about that?
I think that there's some validity to that concern. I saw something. I'm not sure if it's entirely sure, but I think it's happened before where if there's like an extreme, like, measure for the country, like a war, the commander-in-chief stays in power, so that would be Biden. So it could be just a play to keep him in.
I know that's where my mind went. Like, I totally, like, maybe a little,
yeah,
a little,
but
maybe not on the periodic table.
At the same time, even if that is the case, man, like, I feel like I've been on Twitter a lot looking at this, and it's just like, I feel like the right wing is just like gobbling up the bait a little bit too much. It's like, say you do have a civil war, like, you're gonna lose. Like, it wouldn't go well. Like, and then guess what? Like, then like half the white population's dead. You just leave a bunch of single women, and then they get taken by the illegal immigrants that they hate so much. So it's just like, you know.
Think about just pretty much any war I can really think of. Who really lost in America? It's like the people. The Great War.
Yeah, people got
the Civil War. I mean.
Right. I mean, I just see a lot of people LARPing on socials.
Come and take it. Come and get me. Don't mess with Texas.
On the other hand, too, they're like rebel tears, this and that, the other. But yeah, it's a crazy time.
Do you think,
just like,
how do you think it'll? What's the next step here with Abbott and all that? You think it's really historic, or they're just kind of they're just making this play, saying no, this is not how you interpret the law, and then they'll get corrected and they'll be like, oh, okay, well, my bad.
I have no idea how it'll go. It could be nothing. Probably, I see it'll probably help Trump. If I'm going with my hunch, I'm thinking Trump gets in there regardless.
This is just delicious, just great politics. If I was the GOP over there in Texas,
yeah,
you know what I mean? I'd be like, This is delicious. This is absolutely perfect.
We're
the Confederacy. We're bringing the South back. We're gonna get voted back in. I'm being so cynical, but, you know.
That's the LARPing though. We're not the Confederacy. Like
Yeah,
you got a woman going against Trump. That's not very conservative, man. I'm like very like I'm pretty much I'm gonna vote for Trump, but man, like I'm very fed up with all the politics and the LARPing.
I can't think of a single other person.
Yeah,
politics
of course.
or anywhere that
maybe Nick Fuentes down the road.
Somewhere down. When he's when he's president, running for president, 20 something.
Yeah, but it's just like this whole thing goes to show how social media and just like all the programming and brainwashing has totally like no person's the same. Like everybody's like, oh, Palestine, Israel, it's like a puzzle, and there's like no way that unity is ever going to be attained again. It's
over there, yeah. And they're saying, there's no unity. You're saying there's no way they're going to be friends, especially Palestinians and Israel. I mean, they're saying they want no two-state.
Yeah, I want censorship. I mean, big time censorship. I don't want you talking about Israel in my country. I don't want you talking about Palestine in my country. You go to the freaking gulag if you're talking about that.
Yeah, unless it's to I don't know, put them in timeout.
Yeah, just a little slap on the wrist.
All right, Bambino,
it's just
it's
like
time to play nice, or else we're gonna take away all your toys forever.
Yeah, cut your power.
Yeah. I was thinking guns, but I like where you're going, man.
All right, buddy. That's all. I
For
just
sure,
wanted
Nathan. Right on, sir. Call me again.
Man.
Enjoy
Of course.
your weekend.
Bye.
Wishing you well, sir. Bye. Nice. Okay. Yeah. What a mess. Tejas perpetuating hate. Fight over border intensifies as Texas governor pledges more razor wire. So they're keeping that going. They're federalizing this. You know, you heard about this. Federalizing the National Guard. Texas prepared an unlikely event that Biden federalizes the National Guard, meaning, you know, the National Guard, I believe they're paid by Tejas. They're paid by Texas. Abbott saying, first, I'd be shocked if that happened. We are prepared in the event that unlikely event does occur. They have contingencies upon contingencies. Operation Lone Star. You know how airtight Operation Lone Star is? Contingencies on contingencies. Like a plane. Maybe, usually just one. Redundancy. Like Trump said. You need redundancies on a plane. All these new-fangled modern planes, they don't have redundancies. Something goes wrong, it's over. Trump Force One. Fly beautifully here, though. Flying absolutely beautifully, though, here. Just making sure I've caught everybody here. Will turn into the Texas Guard instantly. Well, kick back and relax as we welcome some of our first-class super chatters here who have bought first-class tickets. We got a couple first-class tickets here right on. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much, Mayna. Mayna coming in strong with the super chat there says, Nit, did you see your goofy president wearing his helmet backwards? I saw that. He was wearing a helmet where, though? I forget. We'll have to look that up. Thank you, Mayna. Please sit in the Ballers Lounge. Do we have the Ballers Lounge up? Do we have? Flight attendants, please keep the Ballers Lounge clean and ready at all times. Awesome. Absolutely fantastic. I gotta thank Lamps with the 3 coffee says, I wonder if Lucy, Ricky, and Trinity are still a family. Thank you, Captain Nicholas. Ricky! Birdie Brown B with the 5 coffee says, I know Kakarot when I see one. Right on, sir. Keeping them coming with the DBZ references. I do love Goku. Right on, and that's everybody so far right now. Please enjoy your seats in the Ballers Lounge. Thanks so much. Wow, emotional. I gotta show you guys an emotional video here. You know, talking about perpetuating hate. Look at this little video here. I gotta show you this. International Liberian spy. Wait, hold on. We got an international Liberian spy on board who is now making himself known and has apparently wanted to purchase a first class super chat here with a first class ticket. Says, thanks for letting me rant. Would have sent coffee, but driving. Barred permanently. You mean you're banned permanently from buying me a coffee? What the heck? How'd you even do that? Thank you, International Liberian Spy. Appreciate that. Sit in the Ballers Lounge. I mean, it's a Liberian spy. What a baller.
Call
Amazing.
from
Dang, I'll show you this
Vicky
video in a sec.
from Texas.
But I have
To
a friend
accept,
calling
press
me.
1.
I have my friend Vicky from Texas calling me. Vicky, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How you doing, bro?
Hey, what's up, Vicky? Right on. I got the bro. Nice.
I've said
Let's
it
go.
so many times.
For
to
sure you have.
You know.
Yeah, I remember Chad was messing with you
But just
the other day.
yeah, yeah. I didn't forget, and I felt like, oh my gosh, when you said that after I called, I was like, oh, I should have said it because I normally do.
No problem. We're
But-
just messing with you. We're on our way to Texas, though.
Hey, you coming here?
Yeah,
Hi.
It's an emergency flight.
Gotta get here. Like, who knows what's gonna pop off, right?
Yeah.
We're ready, whatever. Whatever happens is God's plan,
We're
you know.
we're at the ready, Mr. President.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
What'd they say about the Proud Boys? Ready and whatever.
I don't remember. You know what I find interesting is when you said earlier, why now? And I think Teresa said the same thing. It's interesting because this invasion, which it is, has been going on for a really long time. And it could have been stopped a long time ago if we had, you know, a decent administration in there. And
Totally. No, it's decades before I was around, that's for sure. That's
yeah, man,
before I was even alive.
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I'm alive by way of that sort of. I mean,
right. I know you are. God, I hope they don't send you back. Oh.
No. My parents abused the laws fair and square. I'm a citizen. But we'll get to that. We'll deal with all the illegals here, DACA, and then we'll eventually get to you know, unless they figure out how to be good guests by then, we'll retroactively remove birthright citizenship, and then we'll let the chips fall where they may, whatever the Americans want to do with the anchor baby, they'll do.
Yeah, you got to stay here though. We can't lose you. But it was interesting to me that I saw Ken Paxton, who is the Attorney General here in Texas,
Mm-hmm.
and yesterday I was really shocked because, mainstream media and other sources outside of mainstream media, YouTubers and
Yes.
people say that normally the number is around 5-6 million that have entered the country.
Since Biden's been in office.
Yeah,
Yeah.
since he's been in office,
Right.
right. And so, in the last 3 years. When Ken Paxton said yesterday on television, I was like, oh my gosh, he said that the real numbers is like 30 million. Let that hit you for a second.
30 million
Let that hit
in the last
30
3 years?
million in the last 3 years.
Wow.
Let that sink in. I about died when I heard that yesterday. Like, my heart literally, sunk. I was like, man, 30 million. And a lot of these people.
It's like a Canada. It's like a Canada.
Dude, yeah, totally. Now, 30 million can do some damage, And you think about it, and a lot of these, this is no joke. Like, there's more men coming here, single military age looking, fighting, from Russia they're coming from Romania, they're coming from Somalia, they're coming from all over Africa, they're coming from China, they're coming from every country. This isn't just South America, Mexico, America. This is a worldwide invasion, and 30 million of them here. And you saw where that terrorist, they caught him and what he said on air. Did you see what he said?
I know which one you're talking about. The one who said, "You'll know who I am."
Yeah, that guy. So they found him. They caught him.
Uh-huh.
But you have to realize there's a lot of these people here, and they hate America because these administrations have got us into all these wars for so long, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And these people, these young men coming into our country, they've had families killed because of these wars, right?
Mm-hmm.
They've been through a lot in their own countries, and they don't like us. One, we're a Christian nation.
Yeah.
And two, they don't like America. And so they have a vendetta, along with others. And it's not just white people that they're going to take out. They're not looking to take out just the white people. Everybody's going to go. I mean, everybody.
I wanted to add to what you're saying here about hating America, too, because I think it's missed with people. They'll think, well, yeah, I'm sure some of them hate America. But I think it's easy to miss this where, let's say you're just someone who wants to see what you can get out of America. Then you hate America. You know what I mean? It's easy to say, okay, well, yeah, I'm sure some of them hate him. And then in your mind you think, well, it's people who are seething and actively thinking, I hate white people, and actively thinking, I hate America. But even just the people just simply come for a better life. Those people hate America, many of them. And I'm sure some are good, fine people, right? But
well, there may be some, sure.
Right.
If they're migrants.
It's just easy to miss that, I think, when we talk about love and loving this country and all that. If you don't love it, then you hate it. And just seeing what you can get out of it is not love.
And you know what's happening in these Democratic... do you ever watch Monkey Works on YouTube? He was special forces in the military, and so my husband being former Marine for 15 years, we watch him all the time. So you might want to keep an eye on him, because you, loving the fly, like he has all of the flights up there. Like he has what they call them, Dustin, the Swift flights, right? They're called Swift flights. And he
Swift
shows...
flights, you said?
Swift.
Gotcha.
He shows Swift flights.
What is that?
Every day, and they are flights where he tracks, because that's what he did in the military. So he has this whole setup where he tracks where they're moving the illegals from what countries. Way. Yeah, you can see it. Monkey Works is
that's
what
cool.
I think it's WERX.
Yeah, I found it. No worry about that. Yeah, yeah. Right on,
You have to start watching, and then you can see that it looks like just a ball of yarn. There's when he does like the last just year, it looks like just a bunch of yarn. These flights going all across, even up into Canada.
You got to put 30 million somewhere, even if it's not 30 million. Just 6 million in the last 3 years is broken records beyond broken records. Like you won't believe.
So 30 million here, Nick.
Vicky, last thing you want to say before? Oh, sorry. You want to go? You were saying?
I'm just saying, none of this should be happening, because if you really truly just, what's so hard, Nick, about going and forgiving your mother just to get your anger and all that out of you? What's so hard about doing that?
It's the hardest thing. It's the easiest yet the hardest thing ever. I mean, think about it.
No, it isn't.
Think about it.
No.
It's so hard, in fact. It's so hard. This is how hard that is. That Americans, that white people would rather the country descend into madness than be honest with the blacks. And that requires, you might think, well, what does that have to do with what you're talking about? Well, you got to overcome fear. You got to forgive. They'd rather let the country descend into insanity and and be called racist than forgive their mothers. So yeah, it's actually the hardest thing.
I don't care. I love the blacks, and I love them enough to tell them the truth.
Nice.
That's just the way it is. And I'm going to say, hey, these Christian churches out here, they're not teaching, the right way to get back to the Father in order to know love, in order to tell the truth. So that's the problem. This thing is just so spiritual, it's insane.
Right on,
and that's
Vicky.
the problem.
I'm sure you keep that mentality, an opportunity will present itself. You won't even need to look for it to say the truth there. And don't worry so much about, not that you are, it sounds like you're not even at all, but
not at all.
This nothing going on really right now. And even if it were, our individual lives don't have anything to do with that. Well,
hey,
Vicky,
it's like,
always a pleasure. You go on. I don't want to cut you off.
Always. No, I wanted to say, I wanted our CEO that lives here on the ranch with us, I wanted Drew to call in, but he's not home. But I will talk to him. I will talk to him and set up something for next Friday.
Nice. Right on, Vicky.
Because get your questions ready for him.
We'll do.
Because he'll answer them.
We're gonna
love you, bro. Love
always.
y'all. And hey, all you brothers out there in chat and out there listening, we need more brothers or sisters of yours that are waking up. We need guidance. I got my husband, so I'm good. But
nice.
Come on, y'all, go forgive. Love you, Nick. Have a great night. Love y'all. Hey, brothers and sisters, have a good night.
Right on, Vicky. Appreciate that. Beautiful, 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 beautiful stuff. Oh, darn. Thank you, Vicky. And you can't call in 760-515-3855.
Call from.
Hey, caller, you're on the air. Your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, my name is Karen Williams. I'm calling from Brooklyn, New York.
What's up, Karen? How you doing?
States of America. Hi, I'm okay. How you doing, man?
I'm just fine, Karen. Nice to hear from you.
It's good to hear from you.
Nice. How you been, Karen?
All right. I wanted to call you before I went to sleep.
Oh yeah, a little before Betty buys. I don't mean to speak like that. My bad. Before bedtime call.
Yes, it's Betty bedtime. Yes.
Right on, Karen. Well, a big good night from the chat and everybody. I'm sure.
Oh yeah, hey everybody in chat. You know, Nick, I have something to say. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. I'm having a little problem in Hake's chat room with spoiler alert, right? Which who I think that's Sean.
No, definitely not.
It's Sean, isn't it?
It's not.
That's not Sean?
No, I can tell you.
Then is it Hake?
Not that I know of. No, I'm almost positive it's not.
Yeah, he's crazy. He's a crazy mod.
Why do you say that?
I said it out loud on the phone. He hears it.
You're saying
I'm not afraid of him.
You got into it with spoiler alert? What happened?
He got into it with me. I don't know. I think he's jealous because I be flirting with you, and I was flirting with him.
And that's all that happened?
Yeah, that's all. That's all. I promise you.
He just picked you. He just picked on you. And,
yeah. He was like, and he blocked me and everything.
He blocked you? No way.
He banned me 24 hours from the Hake show.
Oh, you gotta talk.
For
you gotta
a whole
talk with Hake
24
about
hours.
That. So you're telling me you were tiptoeing through the tulips. You were tiptoeing through the chat tulips, and I don't know where spoiler alert just picked you.
Yeah, and I think it's because I'm black.
Oh, come on, Karen.
Hake mentioned earlier that's the reason why we should segregate black women from white men. That's what Hake said earlier in the chat.
You don't have to tell us what happened.
Because spoiler alert is a white man. He doesn't like me because I'm black.
Don't worry so much. I'm sure it wasn't personal.
I'm not worried. I love him. He banned me.
I bet you it wasn't out of nowhere either.
Nick, he banned me for 24 hours from the Hake chat room.
That's not that long.
So
24 hours is nothing.
No, I went over to Rumble. I went over to Rumble. He in Rumble too. Him and Hake, they in Rumble too.
Yeah, they are.
And I said, "Hey, spoiler alert, it's me. I know it's me." You know what he told me? He told me to go to hell.
So you went.
Go to hell.
You went and got yourself banned for 24 hours, and I don't know what happened. Right? We'll leave that as a big old mystery. What happened there? And then so you get the 24-hour ban. And then you jump over to Rumble and you say, "Hey, spoiler alert, you can't stop me. You can't stop me. Hey, spoiler alert, you can't stop me. You can't." And spoiler alert is in the wrong here.
He said, "Go to hell," straight up. I was like, "Oh."
You know you deserve that one.
Yeah, I was bugging him. And then he's gonna talk about whoever bugs me gonna get banned. He banned Nina today. That's not even right.
You should get more.
No,
and you seem to be laughing and yucking it up.
Hello.
You should get more than 24 hours.
That's so wrong. It's because I'm a girl, isn't it?
No, it's because you're acting up. Probably.
No, I wasn't acting up. No, he was just picking on me. He's mean.
If you stop getting into it with
Stick
spoiler.
Stick up for me, Nick. Stick up for me.
No. If you stop getting into it with spoiler, I'm sure everything will be okay. Here's what we'll do. I won't. We'll call it. You could call it sticking up. We'll call it just the right thing. You wait your 24-hour ban, like you should, like a good citizen who's been penalized, whatever, and you will then come out of your 24-hour jail cell, and you will have learned and reflected, and you will be a new woman.
No, I don't think so.
There's no helping you.
No, I have no lesson learned. No, he's me.
You've been acting up your whole life, Karen.
No, I haven't.
Come on, you know better than that.
He's just mean. He's just mean. I'm in chat. I am saying distractive things, but no, come on.
You're an expert at this. You're and you love it. So you act nice. You take your 24-hour ban.
Y'all crazy.
You take your 24-hour ban, and you become a new woman at the end of it.
Okay, yeah, I guess so.
Nice. I'm glad we came to an agreement. Thank you, Karen.
Yes, you're right, and I'm wrong. Hey, have you been seeing the videos?
Say again?
Yeah. Aren't those videos funny?
Yeah, if you guys got suggestions, radio@JessieLeePeterson.com. If you guys have suggestions for videos, funny or otherwise, send them over for show.
Okay. Well, it's good to talk with you, Nick. And
right
I love that. Is that the cockpit? The cockpit
Trump
I
Force
can't
One.
even say it right. It's cock and tick. I don't know. I don't even know how to say that word.
You got it. You got it right. I think you got it
it's
right.
It's a cockpit. It's a cockpit.
Cockpit.
I'm black and slow.
You got it. You got it. It's cockpit.
Cockpit. Cock and
You
pit
got it. You got it the
together.
first time.
Is that it? That's it.
Yeah,
There's
we heard.
golden leather. Are those golden leather?
Golden and leather on Trump Force One, as you know.
Ooh,
on the
wait! I want to be
Ballers
in that
Lounge.
room. I want to be in that room. Can I get on that plane?
You need to buy a first-class ticket,
like
Karen.
a king throne chair facing the rest of the chairs.
You
You
need a first-class ticket like everybody else.
Oh man.
Hey, no, this is no racism here. All people
It's my
allowed. You just
birthday.
gotta have the money. We only see green.
It's my
always
birthday.
your
Can I get in
birthday.
on
All right, Karen. As always, a pleasure.
nothing but love for you.
Wish
Bye,
you well in
chat.
New York.
Be nice.
Always,
Stop being
always.
savages.
Always,
Love
always,
it.
always. Thank you, Karen.
Have a great night. Bye.
You too. A little love on Nick's stream. A little love on Trump Force One. You know how we do. You know how we do. Oh man, I missed the vibes. I missed the vibes. The vibes window. What a mess. Getting turned. Baller Lounge is shiny. You know it is. Shiny Baller Lounge. Very clean. Very fresh. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything here. Thank you, Lamps. Lamps. Ricky. Carver with a super chat there in the first class seat. First class ticket. But I do believe... I do believe Carver's already... No, never mind. Carver entered the Ballers Lounge. Sir, you have now acquired what you need to get in there. Thank you for that. He says, Nick equals the manager. You know it. In fact, I got another caller. Your name and where are you calling from? You're on the air.
Hey, Nick, it's Brian. It's Brian from North Carolina.
Air Marshal Brian, how are you, sir? Thank you for calling.
I'm doing well. You're welcome. Thanks for the show, man. I enjoy your show, Nick.
Hey, thank you.
I really enjoy your show.
Thank you so much. That means a lot. That means a lot. You know, it's crazy
really
too.
do.
I'm like, what the heck am I even doing? But it's just like one day at a time.
I you said that before. You kind of just like, I'm just up here, talking. You kind of just letting it flow, but man, you really do have a good show, And
Thank
well,
you,
in
sir.
my opinion.
Right on.
Just to throw that out there. I'm sure there's some haters out there somewhere.
I know where the haters at. I need to grow this year.
We're Space Cadet.
I know. I
We're
need to
Space
grow.
Cadet.
You know what I'm saying? I need difficulties. I need to grow in life.
Nah, whatever. Don't believe that lie.
yeah. No, whatever comes my way, as it should be.
Oh my goodness. You know what? You just made me think about something too, man. What you just said. That there's some haters out there. Oh, good. I want to grow. Like welcoming the hate.
Yes.
In a sense.
Mm-hmm.
You know what that sounds like? It sounds like marriage.
Oh dang! What do you mean?
That's what I feel like that's what I think about when I think about marriage. When I think about I see the people that I see now that I'm seeing marriage clearly. I see the people that want to be married, and I'm like, there's no way they're seeing it clearly, because why would you want to voluntarily walk into hell for no reason?
I know what you mean, sorta. Dang, man, that's interesting. You've been kind of on a kick on this a little bit too, and I've been kind of understanding you a little bit. I feel like you're making a lot of sense though. Go on.
Well, I like to keep things simple, Nick, and I ask a good amount of people about marriage, especially the guys. I talk to a lot of younger guys, and I always ask them, like, do you want to be married? And most of them say, like, I don't know, maybe, or the guys say yes. hardly ever do I hear no from the younger guys nowadays about marriage.
Really?
But yeah, man, it's
Yeah, I remember saying
it's
that growing up.
it's almost like marriage is a feminine want, a feminine desire. but anyway, it's like, okay, well, what makes you want?
No, I'm joking.
It's like what's making, the next question I asked him is like, what's making you want to be married? Like, what is it? And then, they may say, oh, I want to have children, to which that, in that event, I have nothing to disagree with them with about, when they tell me, when the first thing out of their mouth is, I want to get married so I can have children, I go right on. I really don't have any disagreement with that. But when the thing out of their mouth is having to do with the woman, and like, oh, it goes into this thing. I go into like, well, what kind of women are you dating? Type thing. And it's like, well, I want her to be honest, and I need her to be, aware and all this stuff. And it's like,
good luck.
That's a setup. Like, what gave you the idea that you should be wanting anything out of her at all, or that she would need? It's like you wanted to be married, and now Satan goes, the next step of that goes, oh, I want her to be like this, and then you go out and start looking for that, and now you're gonna get hell tenfold, because you're not gonna get what you thought you were getting. Why? Because women are deceptive, they're dishonest, and they need to be watched over correctly, which means you not wanting anything from them, but you can't do that. And it's just a whole setup, man.
Dang.
Marriage is a...
No, I mean, here's what I see. Here's how I see what you're saying, and then I want to comment on what you're saying about, oh, these young guys you're talking to are saying they want someone who's honest, and everything you said. How I see what you're saying is like, how I see what you're saying a little bit is, when I talk to someone and they're like, I want to get married, right? And then they tell me their reasons are because I love her, or we're good partners, or I want a baby, I want a little baby. I think this person hasn't really thought this out, or it's kind of shallow, or so that's kind of how I see it. It's like, I feel like that person, I'm looking at someone who is up-ish creek without a paddle. Like, they don't even know what they're getting into. Yeah. When I hear someone just say, well, no, when it's just like regular, like they just want to continue themselves, they want to pass something along, they want a child and all that. You see how that's different than I want a baby,
right?
Or
it is a little there. It is.
I just want
to. It is
I want
a little
to pass
different.
something along.
That's why
I want to. So when I hear someone that's like, oh, it feels like they haven't even thought of it. They haven't even thought about what they're getting into. Kind of how I see
but even when they do think about it, it doesn't get any better. But I totally know what you mean. That's why I said, when someone says like, oh, I wanna have children, or I want to start a family, like you just said, it's like, okay, I really can't disagree with that. But at the same time, wanting to be married is you being divided. You're reaching out for something else for whatever. It's so many reasons that behind it. I see people that reach out for something else because they think that this other person is headed down the same path that they think that they're headed down,
right. Or because it's the path everybody else is.
It's like,
just because it's the path that everyone told you you're supposed to be on.
Right.
I don't see that. Yeah, I don't see that as manly. I don't know, how do I put what you're saying? I feel like I understand you, but I can't put it to words. Like, it doesn't seem manly.
Well, I think
it seems very feminine. It seems like a feminine game. Like, you just want a companion. You want to
just
keep
satanic. It really is satanic, Nick, because that a man can't do right or do any good for a woman or for himself at the minimum if he's walking into something like marriage that way. I don't even, it's weird, people get married, and I've never seen a married couple that is doing it right. I've never seen a married couple where the man is, a man and the woman is in her 100% rightful place. There's always something that's messed up, and I can see the suffering within it, And I think to myself, like, okay, how did you get there? I'm like, how did you end up in that situation? And I just can't make sense of it.
Oh,
and I don't think that
they were already in that situation. They didn't get there. They were already there. And so that's how people even come together. You know what I mean? That's why they even come together in the first place.
Oh, like trauma bonding is what you mean.
Sorta, yeah, sorta. Like, but you're saying, how does someone get there? How does a marriage even get there? They were already there because you're already there individually. You're talking about these young guys saying, "Oh, I want a woman like this and like that. She needs to be honest." And but it's almost like you're setting yourself up because you shouldn't even be focusing on anyone, right? If you're like this person who's solid, who's good, for lack of a better term,
oh man,
then you wouldn't even look at anyone. You wouldn't need someone else to be anything, right? You know what I mean? You wouldn't need someone else to be honest because you're honest. You wouldn't need someone else to be truthful, seeking, whatever, because you're doing that. You don't need someone else to do that.
Yep.
You just got to do that. And so these people who are in those marriages you're talking about, they were like that individually. They were already like that.
You're right.
And then they came together.
You're so.
You see what I'm
you
saying?
just hit the nail. You just made me. Yeah, I do, man. You just kind of put it into perspective of what I was trying to.
Yeah, and to go into it like you are is almost like Pandora's box territory. Like this is the stuff you learn after marriage. If you learn this now, this forbidden knowledge, you're not gonna want to get married. You know what I mean? But
right, and you mentioned that before. Kids, but you just. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. I was just saying that if you want kids, like truly want kids, I don't think that would stop you, even knowing that. But I don't even know. That's uncharted territory for me. I don't know what to tell you. I just think that when I hear this stuff about wanting this out of anyone else, it sounds to me like it's because you don't have it.
Yeah, Nick, and everybody. I look at all these dating shows, and everybody's talking about what to look for and what not to look for and all these things. And it's mainly the men that are leading the conversation, right? Because the men have the logic. Let's just be real. That's why these podcasts are able to keep going, because they have that logic. Even though they're saying a lot of things that are right, it's still out of order, because the man should not be looking to the woman to be, do, or anything. He is the lighthouse, and she has to be looking for the light. And it's just simply his job to be wherever it is that he's going to be and move about. A woman will follow. If that woman is seeking, she will follow. And all you got to do is stand in the light. That's all you got to do.
And it's like, add to what you're saying.
But you
go.
But you wouldn't get married. You wouldn't get married if you were doing that.
Well, I'll say this. I don't know. I just don't know. That sounds interesting, though. But I'll say this. All those guys that you're talking about, they're saying something. No, I don't think there's anything right about what they're saying, because the mistake here, too, is another assumption here. Nobody is those things anyways. You're not honest. She's not honest. You're not good. Nobody is.
Yep.
So that's another mistake anyways. And so you wouldn't even care about wanting anybody else to be that if you were really just focused on wanting to be that yourself. And so yeah,
you're 100% right.
Yeah,
and then
they're not those things anyways. You get married, give it some time, and you'll find out. You'll be like, oh dang, she's not honest, and dang, I'm not honest either. What the heck? What the hell? We're two dishonest people married.
actually, Nick, that's the problem, right? That's what's not happening, because you were just talking to somebody on the phone earlier about how white men are afraid of what's so hard about going to forgive your mother, right? Mm-hmm. They're not doing that. So they're not going into these marriages and going, oh man, she's dishonest. What was I thinking? They're in denial.
Right.
They're in denial.
Right. That's interesting. That's interesting, because I keep returning to like every year, every month, and I'm like, what did I learn? What Jesse will ask, what did you learn this year? What did you learn? And it's always about me, and it's about how like I'm not great. I'm not like that spirit we're talking about, to get all deep about it. Oh God. trust me, folks. I'm discovering this too, so don't get all. But it's that thing is evil. This thing in my mind is evil, and so I keep finding that out. And so people not wanting to admit that about others, about your own wife, them not wanting to admit that about themselves. It's like that for everybody.
Yeah, man. It's you see it everywhere, but when like I'm a pretty upfront person, and I could go to maybe hold my tongue a little more, but you know, I like to call things when I see them, and to see people go through something that I know that they don't need to be going through if they just come out of their heads about, it's really like I almost said unfortunate.
Yeah, it's
a mess, man.
Unfortunate is for sure the word, dude. I just realized how to answer your paradox, though. By the way, okay, this paradox of marriage, on how it's like it's a rigged game from the beginning, but and then coming to knowledge of it makes you not want to do it, especially if you're like, you know, really overcoming the ego and all that. You're not even going to want to get into the feelings of it or anything. So but the paradox being, okay, well, so the people unaware, why would I want to do that if I'm aware, right? Am I kind of in the ballpark there? It's kind of a strange paradox there when you're coming to God, yet at the same time you're like realizing what the heck is all this marriage crap. Here's the answer to your paradox. How does marriage work in that relationship? Well, check it out. If you're blind, you're just gonna do it like the world. You're gonna get into the feelings. You're gonna make the babies, and you'll be like the world. You'll be like the masses. You have no knowledge of it, so why would it even bother you? Why would you ever stop? And then maybe somewhere along that road, you discover it. Like some people who've even called in the JLP show. We see them in the middle of that road discovering what the heck the house that they're living in, right? Or you do have knowledge of it. You've opened Pandora's box. Maybe you read the unforbidden tome before you were supposed to, but whatever, it led you to focusing on yourself. That man who really gets that, who really gets that stuff, but yet really wants kids, would do it anyways and would have fun with the woman, and it wouldn't even be a thing. It would be like
you know, Nick,
daughter.
I like your answer, but I disagree. If that last example of the paradox, if that was the success of the paradox was there, he wouldn't walk into it.
Yeah,
no man that's seeing clearly is gonna.
I was just thinking about that, but I don't know. I just can't tell you because I don't know.
I know, and I can't say I can't fully disavow it. So, you know, marriage is something that I really don't understand completely, but I do understand where it fails.
What is it that about marriage that you don't understand?
I just don't understand. And you know what? You just made me think about, maybe I have this idea that there is a right way to go about marriage. Like, oh, you could start into a marriage the correct way, right? But I've never seen that. I don't have an example of that.
Interesting. Something to smoke on, maybe. I don't know what to say about that. But maybe it's got the juices flowing though.
Yeah. I think it's just I mean, if I could chalk it up to anything, it would just be, you know, all things in moderation, you know, and people are going to have babies, and people are going to fall into marriages, and people are going to fall out of marriages, and some people are going to grow in marriage, and some people are going to suffer in marriage.
That's, I think, is a fair statement, and I think it's all we can expect of in most cases. I just don't like seeing these guys, young guys, guys from today. It just feels like they're going in with their foot shot already. They don't realize they're going in with their eyes closed, with their hands tied behind their backs, and they don't realize what they're getting.
You're so right.
You know what I mean? They're like, okay, well, you just got to find one that's seeking. You just got to find one that. What are you talking about? You're barely seeking. And then you know what's so pernicious about that? What's so pernicious about that is you find one and you tell yourself she's seeking. It's such a mess. She's not gonna be doing that.
Yeah.
Like Or maybe
Yeah.
she is, but that's none of your business. That's none of your business. There's this thing. There's this, like you were saying, she will follow. She will follow. But here's this thing that's kind of been, and I've been thinking about leading and marriage and men. I mean, that's almost none of your business. To be real, like think about this for a second. Like, yes, you're the spiritual leader, you're the man, but you're not that way with. You're not like. Why is it that you're a man, when you're a man and you're a godly seeking man, that you're just like natural with everybody, you're not trying to do anything, everything's in the moment, but with a woman, but when you're married, no, you gotta handle her and you gotta shake them and break them, and no, why don't you just keep being the same example you were being with the world, and it's really none of your business. You know what I mean here? Like, it's really none of your business to be worried about her salvation. Just be honest and real, because you start getting into conversations about her salvation, you'll end up confusing the whole thing anyways. And she'll get it in her head that the Bible said this, and then she'll start thinking, "Oh, I'm saved." What a mess! What a giant mess,
Nick. And then you get lax, Nick. You know, I mean, it's almost as if you walked through it before, because you are so 100% right about that. You're 100% right about that. And the man, and really though, like you said, you're not supposed to be worried. Like you said, you're not supposed to be. That's none of your business, right?
You're not God. It's none of your business.
The man, you're not God. Now she will come to you. This is the man's job, Nick. The woman that's following the man is going to come to the man with hell. She's gonna come to you with hell.
Yeah.
Listen, she's gonna come to you with. That's all she's gonna come. She's only going to come with you with hell, and she's only gonna be able to exist in peace if you have order. That's the only way. But she's going to bring hell to you. Your job as a man is to point her out of it by making her realize that ain't shit happening at this moment.
Yeah.
What's happening?
1,000,000%, man. You know how you do that? You know how you point her the right way? By just being good, not getting emotional.
Yep.
That is a big old finger. That is a giant spiritual finger pointing straight to God when you just don't get emotional.
100%, man. 100%. And when you don't get emotional, Nick, you can see. And what you see when the woman's standing in front of you, lying, bringing hell, doing all these things, right? You know what you see in front of you? Somebody who is precious and lost, and you have the way. Show her out. Show her the way out, and then walk away. And if you see her 5 minutes later, you know she walked out of there.
Nice. Right on, man. Fascinating stuff.
Thanks for the call, Nick, man. It's always nice talking to you.
Always. Appreciate it, sir.
Take care.
Call me again. Incredible. Who's getting married? Who's getting married?
Call from
𝒏𝒊𝒄𝒌𝒔𝒕𝒓𝒆𝒂𝒎.
I got Steve Strzok out of Jersey. Caller, you're on the air, sir. Thank you.
What's going on, man?
Steve, all is well. No complaints here.
Nice. That was an awesome call that brought you and Ryan just had.
Yeah. Just talking shop a little bit on the whole game here.
Yeah, man. So I actually went to a wedding last night, and
man.
I want to share some stuff that I observed and what you guys are kind of talking about. So one, it was the first wedding I've been to since, I would say, quote unquote, being born again. And man, like, just like you said, knowing what I know now, why would I want to get myself into a situation like that? Like the whole ego wedding, everything that leads up to it, the wedding, it's, the marriage itself. Like, why would I want to do that?
Dang.
But here's why I say that, though, because, when you do the silent prayer, like, even if I went to the wedding last night, had an awesome time, just hanging out, just having fun, being aware of myself as I'm doing it. But like when you come home at night, And if you stick with the silent prayer, you come out of that. So you don't live off the dopamine and the good feelings and all that stuff. And like, you just come back to reality. And it was such a contrast to go from that actual feeling of the wedding and everything else to just coming back to reality. And then I started to realize, I'm like, wait a minute, that feeling that was inside of me, like during the wedding and everything else, that was the same unconscious energy that was there when I was in relationships, when I was looking to get married before. And I don't think people realize that, you know, and that's why, like, you really have to be aware of yourself in the moment and see that, to separate from it, because that's all they're chasing, is that actual energy to be like, oh, I want more of this. You know, like you were saying, like the guys, they want the babies, they want the family, they want the girls, but they're relying on that feeling.
Yeah.
And it's just wild to see that now at this point in my life. Like, no, even if you said the knowledge of, like, if I heard you 4 years ago saying like, hey, don't get married for X reason, I'd be like, what's up with this guy? What is he, gay? Like, but now I see it and I'm like, whoa, hold on a second. What have I been doing all that time? You know what I mean?
Fair enough, man. Yeah, no, I hear you. Because, like, I see a marriage and I was like, I wish them well like anybody else. But, it's just seeing them go in almost like, here's what it is. It's almost like marriage and having children. It's supposed to be this manly thing almost. But even that can be turned feminine. I haven't put this together. I'm rambling now. But it's like all for her. How do I mean, you're even saying it's the ceremony, it's all this fanfare. It really is for her, and it seems like, okay, if we do this right, then the marriage will go right. It seems false. I've never liked that.
Right. I was actually asking, you know, quite a few of my friends and just random people at the wedding last night about their marriages, and, you know, some, like, those who were in relationships that are engaged and trying to get married. And I was asking them, you know, the whole thing of, are you still an individual in the relationship? Like, are you still single even though you're married or in the relationship? And the answers were super interesting, because these are Christians. It was a Christian wedding, and I was still hearing the whole, well, you know, but we're in the relationship. We're supposed to work on it together. We have to put effort into it and do this. And I'm like, hold on a second. The bride side's Christian. The groom side's not. You sound the same as the other side of the room. There's no difference right now. All you have is just intellectual knowledge. You know?
Oh, when she leaves my sight, she doesn't exist. What do you mean? What are we working on when you're not around? I'm doing something else.
Right.
Like, I'm saying that as a joke, but even in a relationship, I've always felt like there's been no matter who it is, no matter what's going on, there's a level, there's a degree of separation. There's this wall where my perception of me begins and ends, and then someone else starts, and I can't get through that wall. I can't get in there. And yeah, you get to know someone over time, and it gets way deeper than just words and all that. But I'm still it's my experience. I'm me. I can't change that. That should speak to how we should operate and behave, because it's almost like a fantasy to say we are someone else now. Like, I don't think that's what the Bible meant when they said that two fleshes become one. It just means, I think that's when the Bible said that, it just means that she gets attached to you.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So that it's like you said before, the husband's supposed to be the spiritual leader, and you put it really well, which is, you really shouldn't be so concerned about, like, let's say you're unequally yoked, as the Bible says, and, you know, like, you're as a husband, you're the Christian one, and the wife is, let's just say, like, atheist or agnostic, whatever. It shouldn't really be the whole thing where all your actions are centered around trying to quote unquote save her, because even that is still like an emotionally driven energy. So if she cries, or if she's upset, or she doesn't know how to, you know, help herself out of it, that's where, like, the real masculine nurturing comes from, of helping guide her through that. But you see to a point where it's like, oh, I know what you're doing. You're getting the attention from me, and it's keeping you there. So I should probably just walk away. But again, in worldly relationships, they don't see that as love. They see that as, oh, he doesn't love me. He's ignoring me. He's not meeting my needs. You know, he's not working on the relationship. And that's why, like, it's so different to see relationships now from the spiritual sense, that again, I don't I don't see myself getting married anytime soon or really having a desire to it. But then people are like, oh, why are you single? Like, what's wrong with you? You know, it's just the virtue of marriage is just held way too high in my opinion, like way too high.
I see what you're saying, man. Like, honestly, it should just be practical. It should just be about, like, you know, you want kids and it's natural. I can't really put it into, I don't really know what to tell someone except that any advice seems just wrong. It seems like I don't want to give you any ideas. It's supposed to be it's supposed to be natural. And if you want kids, don't make it so crazy. And it all comes to really, with all people and all relationships, and everything you do, and it comes back to you. If you're thinking something about her, if you're thinking something, that's just in your head. You don't really know. And to add to almost what you were talking about here a little bit, like for an example, you could be like you're saying, she's gonna, I almost forgot how you said it, but she's gonna like present to you like negativity, like hell. But that's fine, right? Being fine with that is all you got to deal with, and I can't really give you much more than that.
Right. And so being comfortable with yourself of knowing that the fineness is, okay, you know what, this moment I need to sit here a little bit longer and just listen and help guide her through that, because you can see it when people are actually trying. You know, like you really can tell that. But then you can tell there's also the times where they're circular and then going over and over again. It's like, all right, I'm going to just leave you here. I'm not going to pat you on the back and hold you and hug you like mama does and do all that, because that's what I grew up doing. Because I saw it, there was just everything what everybody did, and that's all I knew. So what you were saying before of they get into, you know, people get in these relationships and that's all they know. Of course, I mean, that's why you can't really hold anything against them. But my only advice, and this is the thing that I can leave with, is that I guess the only thing that would work that makes sense in like a practical wisdom is to just remain single in a marriage, meaning like still maintain your singleness as an individual. But when people hear that, they're like, oh, what do you mean, still go out and date? And it's like, no, like you still, I couldn't imagine getting married right now knowing the time that I spend, you know, kind of just away from people, you know, and they like to see how that dynamic would change. But then I would know that's something else inside of me that's trying to.
You said you wouldn't get married now because of the time you spent away from people?
So like so in the regards to singleness, not being like an introvert or anything, but just seeing the naturalness of just kind of like, oh, you know, I don't need to go out every Friday night, or I don't need to go out every Saturday night. Like that's just kind of reserved for time to just, you know, sit there.
Sorry,
and
I'm not
chill.
following. Why? So you're saying you wouldn't get married? Why again?
No.
Right now in this
Oh,
stage of your life or whatever you're saying, you wouldn't get married because of what?
No, I just don't see it happening per se, like not immediately, but in this moment of my life, just because I'm still working on myself and having to spend a little bit of extra time focusing on me. And so even like just getting wrapped up in lots of other stuff, I've had to still scale that back because I'm still searching for something that is not fruitful. You know what I mean? And that's why, like, to me, like, I just think about a relationship. Why I'm trying to escape the hell in me already, you know, unless the relationship is going to fast track that and bring it out quicker so I can get over it. But
wrong mentality. You're going to do that.
I know.
You're going to have to do that in or out of a marriage. That's something you have to do, whether you'll be in or out of. You'll get married. Let's say you get married tomorrow. You still got to overcome. You still got to watch yourself and pray. Let's say you never get married. You got to do the exact same thing. It's a wrong.
Right.
I think that's just the wrong mentality. These if and ors that you're setting up for marriage. If and or, maybe I'll overcome. But you know what? That's a Faustian bargain. I'm playing at Satan's game, and I'm trying to pay attention to myself. You're gonna have to do that no matter what you're doing. So, do you want kids or not? Is she a good mother, or will she be a good mother to your children or not? Keep it simply, Jay. And don't go thinking she's gonna be, you know, you could do some work. You could do some work while you're getting to know her, right? So she won't be, and she's doing the same with you, by the way. That you won't be this totally off the deep end crazy person, but. I think trying to think, is she gonna be saved? Is she really gonna try and get over anger? No, if you're doing that, your kids will be fine, and that's all you gotta worry about.
And I agree with you on that point. It's just like you do have to be honest with yourself, and that's what I'm saying to myself, is being honest that I don't need to invite that in my life just yet, because and even the opportunity, like it hasn't come about yet.
Fair enough.
Because they're used, even the wedding last night, they were like, hey, we're gonna sit you up. Like, when are you getting married? When's next? And I'm like, no, I'm fine.
Nice. Yeah, you tell them to back off. Yeah, you go get married. I don't know why you're so quick to want to get ruin your life.
Right, but it's being honest though, because I have been in the position, I did it twice, where I thought, oh, I'm so ready to go do this again, and I went back and did the same exact thing, like literally carbon copy the same exact thing in 2 different relationships. Like that, there's almost no separation. Just the location was different.
Right. Totally different girl, but it's like, dang, is this really her again?
Right. But it was just mama the whole time, in a spiritual sense, not in a physical sense. That's gross. Wow. I just realized.
No, but it was. Dang, man.
All right. That's
right
time
on,
for
sir.
me to go.
That's my cue. Always a pleasure, Steve. Strack, I always say your name wrong. Because it's, how can it be Struck? How can it be Steve Destruction? It's Distraction.
It's exactly, yeah.
Distraction.
It's short for my longer name, but I won't dox myself with that.
No problem. Well, right on, sir. Always a pleasure, man.
Yeah, man. I appreciate it. Thanks, man.
Yeah, for sure. Take care. Beautiful. I got a little video. Was I muted there? Was I muted there? There's this video that's viral. They make these kinds of videos that are emotional. They pull at your heartstrings. And what do you guys think? Is this video, is this love? Is this love here? Let's watch. Here, the caption here. Very kind person. Oh, this is in response to this video, which doesn't make sense. So this doesn't make sense. They're not related, but this is also a wild video posted by Wild Content. Ain't no way. Just casually catching a stray bullet during the wildest argument on the New York subway, I guess. I don't understand this video. Are they saying this person caught a bullet? Her hair moves like some force just happened. Something popped off. This is not the video we're trying to watch, though. These kind act videos are so lame. So true, Chris. Be a very kind person. Let's watch.
I
still want you.
Dear person reading this, the world is a better place with you in it. You are enough.
Come back, I still need you. Let me take your hand, I'll make you right.
Oh my God.
I swear to
This, yeah, you guys know this. Very kind. Oh, it's so kind. Kind videos, hearts. I mean, just making the world a better place, right? This person's sweater says it. Look, the world's a better place with you. This person's just trying to make the world a better place, huh? That's 760-515-3855. Oh man, this is just so beautiful. Look, it's at least just a nice video, right? Why do you guys say ew, ouchie? Why are you guys being so rude and lame? It's at least a nice video, right? It's not hurting anyone. It's at least not hurting anyone, right? It's at least net zero. It's at least doing nothing. And this person's crying. This person's crying like they needed that. They needed that, and this is good. This is a net positive in the world. So anyone saying lame, you're just a hater. He's a lesbians. he's a lesbians. Says Maina. Oh man. So it's at least like it's at least not hurting anyone, right? What's the big idea? What's the big deal? And I know you've probably seen a bunch of these videos and you're like, okay, whatever. I'm sure most people are just silly, whatever. Some people are like, oh, that's nice. They'll comment. They'll like it. And it's like, that's the most you'll think about it. You're like, okay, whatever. It's fake. Maybe some people think a little deeper. They're, well, it's lame. It's fake and lame. They're just doing this for likes. It's not like this person even meant it. But what if this person meant it? What if this person actually meant it? This was sincere. They weren't filming this. If a lesbian cries in the cafeteria of her college while giving flowers and no one is around to film it for TikTok, did it really happen? This person has the same shirt as Nick.
Call from.
I got a caller. I'll get right to you. Hold on. I'll get right to you, caller. But it's at least a net, not a net. It's at least it's not that bad, right? But this is actually pure evil. This is actually pure evil. It's actually hate. It's pure hate. Because you'll think it's at least nothing. It's at least neutral, right? But it's pure emotion. And it's pushing emotion. And they're putting it online to get other people to like it and propagate this virus, this mind and heart and spirit virus of emotion. This person is not well. This person received flowers and started crying uncontrollably to a stranger. That's not normal. That's someone who's unstable. This person has problems. This is pure evil, actually. And I could go on and on, but I have a caller and I don't want to lose them. But you see what I'm saying here? Caller, you're on the air. Your name and where are you calling from?
Am I on? Is this me?
Hey, no way. I know who this is.
This is Sean.
We got Sean, the Jesse Lee Peterson producer, on the air. How you doing, sir?
What's going on? I love your take on the kindness, quote unquote.
Oh, right on, right on. What was I saying again? What the heck?
You're saying it's pure evil from all sides.
What I was just
talking
about.
It's all about emotions and
big time.
He's trying to make himself feel better. He's trying to elicit emotions out of the female. He's filming it, no less.
And he's probably thinking, okay, this will get likes, and it'll be fake, even if he's thinking this is fake. But okay,
right.
At least it'll get likes, and it'll just be positivity in the world. What's so bad about that?
Yeah, he's probably thinking he's going to get some chicks too from it.
True.
Thinking, oh, these chicks are going to think I'm a nice guy.
Right on.
Yeah. What did you? I didn't ask you today. What did you think about my take on the death penalty on JLP?
Oh yeah, I was thinking about it, and it's interesting that after you said that, I keep getting fed like all sorts of death penalty content online. I kept seeing it come up, so I almost had to like confront it. What do I think about it? How do I put it? I mean, I don't quite remember all of it. You were saying I cut you off?
I was saying how like our whole laws and justice system, putting people in jail, prosecuting them, is pretty much based off of the fact that people aren't in control. When you prosecute someone and you charge them, and you put them in jail, you're pretty much saying to them, you're not in control of yourself. Like, we have to put you away for a while because you're obviously not in control of yourself. And it's interesting because they're kind of admitting that. They're admitting that, you know, you're not in control of yourself. We got to get you out of the general population.
Right.
And put you away. So if that's the case, and people, like, it's almost like admitting that other thing is controlling people to do what they do, then what's the point of killing them? You know what I mean?
Because they're not in control.
Yeah, because they're not in control. If it's not them that's doing it, then who are you killing? I mean, murder is murder. And this is coming from someone who my entire life I've been for the death penalty. I'm like, yeah, whatever, fry them. We should do public executions.
Right,
you know?
You know what? If I can respond here, I have some nuance to add to this on death penalty. I'll say this. I don't necessarily think I'm for the death penalty. I'll say that first of all. And I think I think the way things are right now, and I can go into detail in a sec, I don't know if the way I believe in death penalty really works right now, because the people are crazy and evil. That being said, what you said about because we're and the justice system is almost implying this too, that they're not in control, that's a reason to not do the death penalty. But I don't think that's a good enough reason to not do it, because you could use that same reasoning for a reason to do it, because they can't control themselves, and we have no idea how to fix it, and they're just gonna kill. They're out of control. Only God can fix them. Only God can handle them. They can't be here with us in the land of the living. It's hard enough. And so I could use that same argument to say that we should have the death penalty. I don't think that's a good enough reason.
Yeah, I hear you. No, I hear you. That's a good point. I mean, if they're not in control and they know that they're going to commit the same crime over and over again, especially like when you're dealing with like children, like a multiple child rapist, you know what I mean? Like, obviously this person's got to go.
Yes.
But then there's no chance for, the chance for repentance, chance for overcoming. Like, in some cases, if you put them away for the rest of their life, like, that could be worse than just taking their life. But also, I wanted to say that.
Well, can we stay on that, or no? Go ahead. Go ahead. What you wanted to say?
No, I was going to sort of change the subject. Go ahead.
On that though, I still don't know if that's a good enough reason. Because think about it, what the death penalty is for us, the living. Because once they're dead, they're dead. We kill them off, they're dead. The death penalty is for the living. The death penalty is a deterrent. At its core, what it is a deterrent. And so it doesn't really work today because it's a mess. They cost way more, that you keep them there forever. It's like, how are you going to kill them after 8 years of going through this? What is this, crazy? No, it's like, it made more sense at a time when it's like, okay, this person just murdered this little girl. No, we're killing you in front of everyone. And it worked as a very powerful deterrent. Look at how crazy criminals are today. Some of the most depraved stuff you see. So that's really what it is. And what's really, I guess, I'm not saying it's time to bring it back either. I may not have thought of this all the way through. Like I said, it doesn't really quite work today. People aren't willing to go as far as I'm saying. That being said, should you now want to bring it back or something, it's going to be now you got so many people to kill now. You see what I'm saying? Because you didn't have the deterrent. So I don't know if it's time to bring it back, but I'm for it, and I don't think what you said is a strong enough reason for me to say it's not.
Right, that's so funny. Like, if we bring it back now.
Yeah, now it's like we got a lot of work to do.
A lot of catching up to do.
I don't know if people are ready for that.
Yeah, but also, we could totally, I don't know how they haven't come up with a more efficient way. Like, I'm a big fan of the guillotine. I don't know how they haven't come up with a very efficient way. They'll say, if you give them a lethal injection, some people, their bodies reject it and they end up suffering.
I've heard that too. That's the arguments against it, right? And it's like, well, that sounds like an argument for more brutal, more intense and instant deaths, like the guillotine, if anything.
Right. That's what George Carlin said. We should bring back. Yeah. Not only should we bring back the death penalty, we should bring back public execution. And we should do it.
I kind of like it
at halftime at the Super Bowl, so everyone's on the same page.
I kind of like it when a lot of people die.
Yeah, right. But he was, as far as I know, he was very anti-white and everything like that.
Oh
too.
yeah, no, that's true. He yeah. In his stand-up, he's kisses up to the blacks.
Yeah. But I want to bring up one more thing, and then I'll let you go.
For sure.
I gotta look it up real quick.
No problem.
The you've heard of the trolley problem, the philosophical trolley problem.
Yep.
Um,
For sure. Trolley trains barreling down the road, 2 tracks. You see one on one track. There's one person. The train's about to run over this group of 5, and you can switch the tracks to run over only one. Do you do it?
Right, assuming that all the people are the same. Like you could say, like, oh, the train is heading toward a young child, but if you turn the thing, it'll end up killing like 5 older people. You know, but assuming that everyone is the same, and you have the choice to change the track, to change the track and have the trolley go from 1 person to 5 people, do you do it or do you not do it? Or have the trolley go from hitting 5 people to hitting 1 person.
Okay, and you're asking me that?
Yeah.
I don't know. Would I make it go from 5 to 1?
Like instead of killing 5 people, you kill the 1 person. It's like
personally, this may sound strange, but okay, look. I think this would be stupid, and you'll have to forgive me because I'm giving you 2 answers, and that's the most annoying thing ever. But it'll make sense. If I think in reality, if that's crazy situation, it was actually reality, and I was in it right in front of me, I think I'll move it to just kill like 1 instead of 5, just because like in the moment it just seems better and all that. But like with it, and me being right there, and there's no one else, especially if there's no one else, because if there's a bunch of other people, I can shirk responsibility. But if there's no one else, I might do that. But thinking about it seriously, though, I'm not responsible for either of those deaths, for the 5 or the 1. So it's to value one over the other is maybe folly. You might kill 5 psychopaths and you make the world better. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, right.
Like I'll be asking them questions quick before the train comes. All right, like what are the like, this train is barreling down. What am I asking them? I'm asking them,
right.
What do you think of the border situation right now? I don't know.
Right. Did you forgive your mother?
Yeah. What would you do? Funny. I don't know. This is a hard one for me sometimes.
No, I mean I can't say, I guess, unless I was in this situation, but I don't think I could get myself to do it. I think I would just literally turn and walk in the opposite direction and pretend like it didn't happen.
Yeah. Based. Yeah. I wouldn't even look. Right on, man.
But yeah, anyway, I just went over to the driving range and
golfing.
I'm making great improvements with my golf game.
We got golfers in the chat. Yeah, we got a primo golfer. I've been wanting to go golfing with you, man. You gotta take me because I really want to see. I like the technique. I'm watching footage. I'm watching film.
Dude, I've been playing since I was 8 years old, and I'm just starting now to figure it out. Not on my own. As I was telling you, I found the Jesse of the golf world.
I remember I found the Jesse of the piano world, but go on.
Right. I found a coach online, and the way he talks about the swing, and it's just so simple. He talks about like stillness and keeping your mind clear, and it literally, like, the way he talks about golf is the way I felt when I heard Jesse talk about what he talks about for the first time. Everything just clicked. It made sense, and literally today, everything came together for the first time in 22 years of playing golf.
Yep, the truth exploded.
So
that's cool.
So it's hard to describe like over the phone, but yeah, if we ever go one day, it'll be great.
I'm down, Sean. Man, appreciate you calling my show. I think first time ever. That's super cool.
Yeah, it is. I tried to, before I even got to Bond, I tried to call.
No way.
But
it's an honor, sir.
The phone kept dropping or whatever, but I'll let you go. Have a good rest of your show.
Appreciate that, sir. Take care. Enjoy your
weekend.
All
right, talk to you later. Bye.
Folks, we will be descending soon here. Do appreciate you've been very respectful passengers today, and hope you've been enjoying the show. Kick back and relax. Continue relaxing. We'll be descending into Texas shortly here. On our way to Robert Gray Army Airfield. Yes. Descending on our way. We're pretty close, in fact. Quite close, indeed. So kick back. There was this Taylor Swift mess I wanted to show you. We were pretty close to landing. I don't know if we could do that just yet. Taylor Swift AI, you hear about this? They're using AI to make these dirty photos of Taylor Swift and the Swifties, as they call them. The Swifties, they dox the guy who's making them. They're like totally going after him. He privated his account and everything. It's a mess. AI making dirty photos of Taylor Swift. They're posting it on X. What a mess. We can't go looking for them. Okay, don't be nasty. You hear about this though? I'm trying to turn off the dome lights here. So bright. There you go. The Tay-Sway Army. Gotta see this, says Irish Repub. We're not watching any of that. We're not gonna pull it up. Hey, what's up, Ivana? How you doing? We're in fact pretty close to landing here, so you made it just in time, you could say. What's up, Matthew? Jose? Alias name? Bobby Blanco? Oh, my land. What? They're saying this guy. This man is cooked, they're saying. He's cooked. Who is Zubihar Abdi, aka 𝒔𝒑? The man allegedly behind the explicit Taylor Swift AI photos. Like, social media user 𝒔𝒑 made their X account private. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to do too many things here. Our runway should be close. Holy crap. How far away are we? Okay. Our runway is close. Darn. But what was I saying? Taylor Swift, they're making AI photos, and they're saying it's like misogynist. These men, look, it's horrible. It's like rape. They're saying it's rape. It's like you're raping someone just making photos of someone like that, using AI to do that. And this guy already made his account private. Like, you know they're gonna come after him, especially how the climate is and men and all that. I mean, yeah, sure, it's dirty photos, but this is a dirty world, and you put your Taylor Swift doesn't put up dirty photos, but you know, the AI sure has placed her in some nasty positions, but she's clothed-ish. She's as practically as clothed as she is here. Okay, maybe it's a little worse, but I'm just saying. It's like they're calling assault and rape. It's like now we don't even want to defend you or whatever crap. The Swifties, and they're so mad. I wish I was actually Maze, says Nada. He's doing AI corn. Don't do it. Deep fakes. Don't do it. Don't do it. Do they look fake? They look sort of fake. Say TS is a dirty girl, but Trump voice. Do you want me to say Taylor Swift? Oh, Taylor, we love Taylor. Dirty girl. She's a dirty. I don't know. Swift is a psyop. Folks, I think I gotta focus on the landing here. So kick back and relax. What can I tell you? We're landing soon. I believe the runway is very close, folks. Appreciate the patience. We're landing at a military base, and I don't know the procedures here. I don't see the lights. I don't see anything, but we're just following the instruments here. Fingers crossed, folks. Thank you. We're going in blind. I literally do not see the runway. Folks, I think this is it. I don't know. Jesus, take the wheel. It's pitch black. Where's the runway? Uh-oh. I'm seeing land. We're gonna have to land in a highway or something. The waypoint keeps getting farther. We're gonna have to land in a field or something. Where is this army field? I'm getting scared. We're dangerously close to the ground. Where is this runway? I see it. I see the lights, folks. I think we're gonna make it. We're blind, no autopilot. We're going for it though. Blind, no autopilot, nothing. Barely, just barely. We're not even gonna make the runway. All right, folks, we've landed. We are here in Texas. Yes, your local time is 8:23 p.m., folks. We've made it. We've made it safe and sound. We made it through that darkness, that scary, scary darkness, but we've touched down at Robert Gray Army Airfield, where we are dropping off our VIPs. Our flight attendants have actually put together some shuttle buses to take you to the Killeen Regional Airport, which the Army operates alongside here. It's a civilian airport. They will take you to your connecting flights and everywhere you need to go. It's been a great flight. I do appreciate you being with us today. As before you open up the overhead compartments, make sure you're careful there, as the contents of said compartments may have shifted. Make sure you thank the lovely flight attendants on your way out. And as always, we do appreciate your continued patronage here on Nick's Stream, Anchor Baby Airlines, flying Trump Force One today. As we know, you have many options to fly. So thank you. Folks, that's the show. Hope you enjoyed it. Right on, right on. We landed safely. I got to thank everybody. Super chatters. Karen Williams, I'm sure you enjoyed your time in the Ballers Lounge. You super chatted earlier, said, when did you last go to the movie theater? What movie did you see? I think the last movie I saw in theaters was Oppenheimer, maybe? I forget. Carver, I missed your super chat as well, said, a question for Sean, flat or obvious globe? Appreciate your super chats there. Chris with super chat earlier says, Nick, I just discovered this guy Louis Cole. You heard of him? I know you like jazz and whatnot. Pretty incredible musician. Any relation to oh, never mind. I don't know. I don't think I know who Louis Cole is. I'll check it out. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate it. Appreciate the support. Thank you. Carver with a coffee as well. Hey, Nick, since Sean brought up the trolley problem, here's a 30-second clip showing the true answer. It's safe for work, by the way. Well, thank you for that. And you know what? We got a viewer video. We definitely have time for a little viewer video here. Someone who has kindly donated here. A little viewer video. 2-year-old solves the trolley problem in 2 seconds flat. We got to watch this. Hold up. We definitely got to see this. 2-year-old solves trolley problem in 2 seconds flat. Let's watch.
Uh-oh, Nicholas. Uh-oh, Nicholas.
Oh, the kid's name is Nicholas.
This train is going to crash into these 5 people. Should we move the train to go this way, or should we let it go that way? Which way should the train go?
Boom. No problem now. Yeah. Yeah. You had 6 problems, now you got 0. You had 6 problems, now you got none. The smart based kid. Right on. That's funny. Appreciate the support there, Carver, and everybody else too. The super chats, Rumble, hey, hate speech, how you doing? Lemons and everything on D Live. It's been a nice show, don't you think? And I do believe, I do declare, I think that's all from me. Huh? Crazy train. Based kid. They won't even allow me to drink on these flights soon, the way things are going. Hey, what's up, Troy? Yeah, we out for the weekend. All right, folks. As always, I'll see y'all Sunday, Monday, and so forth. Appreciate it, y'all. Take care.